The Galactic Council's inspection team stood in awkward silence as Oliver hefted another ammunition magazine from somewhere within his tactical vest. Commander Zix Thor, a towering Valkyrian with iridescent blue scales, counted mentally. This was the 14th magazine the human had produced. "How many of those do you carry?" Zix Thor finally asked, his translator implant struggling to convey his bewilderment. Oliver grinned, patting various sections of his gear. "On a standard patrol? About 20 mags, give or take. Plus grenades, medical supplies, rations, water purification tablets, a multi-tool, emergency beacon, and," he reached behind his back, "a backup sidearm with another 6 magazines. The inspection team exchanged glances. They had come to the human military installation on Station Kepler 442 to understand why human soldiers consistently outperformed every other species in ground combat operations. The prevailing theory among the Council's military analysts had been advanced armor technology. Some even whispered about energy shields or personal force fields. Eva, the station's chief armorer, had been listening from her workshop doorway. She was a compact woman with oil-stained hands and sharp eyes that missed nothing. "Commander, if I may." Zix Thor gestured for her to approach. "Please, armorer. We were just about to request your expertise. Your soldiers' survival rates are extraordinary. We assumed that we had amazing armor?" Eva interrupted, her laugh echoing through the armory. "Commander, I hate to disappoint you, but most of what these soldiers wear is load-bearing equipment, not armor." The Valkyrian's crest flattened in confusion. "Load-bearing? For carrying? What exactly?" "Ammunition," Eva stated simply. "Lots and lots of ammunition." She walked to a display mannequin wearing a full combat loadout. The tactical vest alone bristled with pouches, straps, and attachment points. "This is our standard infantry kit. See these?" She tapped the ceramic plates visible in the vest's pockets. "Level 4 armor plates. They'll stop most small arms fire, maybe save your life once or twice. But honestly?" She pulled the plate out, revealing more pouches behind it. "Most soldiers care more about what goes in here." Zix Thor leaned closer. Behind where the armor plate had been were 3 more magazine pouches, each holding 30 rounds of ammunition. "Humans are persistence predators," Eva continued, warming to her subject. "We don't have the natural armor plating of the Valkyrians. We're not as fast as the Sivari, not as strong as the Kromnathi. But we have 2 things going for us: endurance and firepower." She pulled Oliver forward. "Strip your gear. Show them." Oliver complied, removing his vest piece by piece. Each section revealed more ammunition storage. Magazine pouches lined the front, sides, and back. Grenade loops held fragmentation, smoke, and flashbang devices. Utility pouches contained breaching charges and signal flares. "You see," Iva explained, "other species design their combat systems around survivability through defense. Heavy armor, energy shields, personal barriers. It makes sense protect your soldiers so they live to fight another day." "And humans?" asked Shivara, a wispy ethereal whose species eschewed physical combat entirely. "We protect our soldiers by making sure the enemy doesn't get a chance to shoot back," Eva said flatly. "Every human infantryman carries enough firepower to hold off a platoon-sized enemy force. We don't need better armor if we can put more rounds downrange than anyone else." Oliver had finished unpacking his gear. The table before them looked like a small armory itself. Nearly 600 rounds of rifle ammunition, 200 rounds of pistol ammunition, 8 grenades, 4 breaching charges, medical supplies that could treat 3 critically wounded soldiers, enough rations for 72 hours, and water purification equipment. "This weighs 40 kilograms, Oliver said, patting the pile. "And I can march 20 kilometers with it, then fight for 8 hours straight." "Impossible," breathed Kronak, a Kromnathi representative whose species prided itself on physical strength. "Even our warriors could not maintain combat effectiveness under such a burden." "That's the human advantage," Eva said, crossing her arms. "We evolved to run down prey over vast distances. Our bodies are designed for sustained output. Add modern conditioning, and you get soldiers who can carry a mobile arsenal and still maintain operational effectiveness." She walked to her personal workbench and retrieved a newer vest prototype. "This is what we're working on now. Same armor protection as the current model, but with 40% more ammunition capacity. We've redesigned the entire load-bearing structure to optimize weight distribution." Zixthor examined the vest, his tactical mind racing. "This changes everything we know about ground warfare doctrine." "It should," Eva agreed. "When humans entered the galactic stage, everyone assumed we'd adopt standard military practices. Heavy armor, limited engagement duration, conservative ammunition expenditure. Instead, we doubled down on what made us effective on Earth: volume of fire, sustained operations, and the willingness to carry whatever it takes to complete the mission." Oliver had begun reassembling his gear with practiced efficiency. "There's a saying in the human military: I'd rather carry extra ammunition and not need it than need it and not have it. We've lost too many people throughout our history to being under-equipped." "Never again." "But the weight," Shivara began, "is distributed across a skeletal frame that evolved to chase animals until they collapsed from exhaustion," Oliver finished. "We're built for this. Every human combat soldier goes through months of conditioning to build up their load-carrying capacity. It's not comfortable, but it's effective." Eva pulled up holographic combat footage on her datapad. "Here's a recent engagement on Frontier World Delta 7. A human squad, 12 soldiers, held a defensive position against a force of 300 hostiles for 14 hours. They were outnumbered 25-1. The footage showed humans in their minimal armor, moving with surprising speed despite their loads. The volume of fire they maintained was staggering. Whenever an enemy position appeared, it was immediately suppressed by overlapping fields of fire. They expended over 40,000 rounds during that engagement," Eva noted. "Each soldier went through their entire basic load and had to redistribute ammunition from casualties twice. But they held until reinforcements arrived. 0 friendly losses." Zixthor's crest had risen again, a sign of deep respect among his people. "Your species doesn't survive through defense. You survive through overwhelming offense." "Exactly," Eva confirmed. "Our armor is just enough to keep shrapnel from killing us immediately. Everything else is dedicated to putting rounds on target. That's the human way." The inspection team departed with new understanding. Human military effectiveness didn't stem from superior technology or advanced defensive systems. It came from a simple, brutal calculation: carry more bullets than the enemy could possibly expect, and never stop shooting Dot as the delegation's shuttle lifted off. Oliver turned to Eva. "Think they got it?" Eva smiled. "Oh, they got it. And I guarantee every species on the Council is now redesigning their combat doctrine." "Good," Oliver said, shouldering his newly loaded vest. "Maybe then they'll understand why we keep winning."